Lena of Well and Lively with Lany Ray or Lany Ray Productions, whichever it is that you watch. And I'm here today to introduce the Moving Forward, myself and Christine, and maybe a couple other friends are going to do. And we are going to start introducing things that are of interest to us, things that we are going to do as our life changes as we move ahead. And right now, I am going to introduce you to Christine, which you all know, or a lot of you know, as the Dot Connector. And Christine, what do you want to do this for?
Well, first of all, first things first, I have to wish you a happy birthday on this wonderful day to celebrate your birth. And I hope everybody joins you in a happy birthday wish and many more. And what do we want to do this for? Well, you know, we realized that there's a lot going on in the world, around us, inside us, beneath us, below us, whatever reality we're in today, right? And so I think there's some things that we've identified certainly as important because we've been on social media helping out another channel, and we're branching out a little bit to actually meet the needs of the audience, you know, find out what means the most to people right now. You know what I mean? It's like the past 3 years have been so like a roller coaster ride, and so many new things and disclosures and non-disclosures and pretending disclosures and all that. So I think meeting the spiritual, physical, mental, emotional needs of everyone needs to be discussed, explained, and I think that's how we can move forward together, basically.
I know for me, I was living in a 4-bedroom house, and I moved in a year ago, and I moved into a 2-bedroom apartment. Now I'm getting ready to leave my 2-bedroom apartment, maybe move to Arizona or someplace I've always wanted to live. And I would like to kind of take people with me in that journey of reorganizing and learning how to live a different life, so that just because I'm older, which I was, this was my birthday. I was 69 today, and I'm very proud of it. Yeah. And I am anxious and looking forward to a future, and I'm thrilled to death that people will be going with me. And that's pretty much where I'm at.
Yeah, and that leads us into like community building, and you know, what could you imagine your future to be, right? I mean, could you imagine, for one example, living with good food that you could pick from a tree that doesn't have any GMOs in it or pesticides in it, and that just tastes like it used to taste when we were younger, for example?
When I was a kid, we had a peach orchard in our yard. We had gardens in our yard. And one of our favorite things was to go out and eat a tomato with salt. You know, that was like they were fabulous. And the peaches on the tree were fabulous. And I would love to be able to do that again.
Yeah. And one really good thing about us working together, too, is you have that experience, and I don't. I'm totally the opposite. I'm the city girl here. So if we have a couple trees on the street, we're happy. You know, that kind of thing. And come from Philadelphia, so near the suburbs, but nonetheless still the city. So to me, that stuff fascinates me, and I I have a lot of respect for people who know how to garden and who know how to, you know, cook really well and stuff like that. It's just not something I've done. I've always been career oriented in the matrix. So that's something that I would love to do, you know, research and interview somebody who really has that experience and bring that to the fore for other people to learn as well, you know?
Yeah, I appreciate that about you. I'm kind of like a queen of everything, and I've never actually uh, went into anything. I've always enjoyed learning everything. And so I think it's going to be a lot of fun working together because you kind of keep me online and keep me learning more.
And we do that for each other too, but I think you're not giving yourself enough credit here because you've had how many foster children now?
I raised 11 pretty much permanently, full time.
Okay. So
I had several that were that came and went as they felt like they wanted to.
So to all the parents in the room, everybody knows how hard it is just to deal and to raise your own children, let alone people who have perhaps been abused or traumatized in some way, or the system just didn't, you know, allow them to thrive, and then they come to you. So you really have a lot of experience with mental health issues, psychological issues, you know, bargaining, negotiating, probably, you know, you probably have a PhD in working with adolescents and children. Do you know what I mean? Whereas I come from the healthcare arena as a physical therapist and dealing with families and people with life-threatening diseases or just regular surgeries or arthritis and whatnot, the whole gambit that I could describe one day, but you know, helping people in that way, and it's complimentary. It really is.
I enjoyed my my kids, my children that I was blessed to raise, but I don't see myself as, you know, anything that basically did anything other than give them an environment to grow in, because I was blessed with some of the most awesome kids, I think, on the planet. And most of the kids really succeeded, and they've made good stuff with their life. They have families, and they've done a lot of good things. And
yeah, but
that's it.
That's my point. They couldn't have done it without you. So that as we do move forward, we want to move forward with that impetus, with the basics of morality, integrity, truth, honesty, and how do we move forward in that vein, in goodness, with service to Creator and each other, and build communities. And for example, let's talk about, I'm in the city, right? So unless I do move somewhere, right, I may, if I wanted to build a garden, I may have to do it inside. I may have to look at it like a tower garden or something like that. So that might be a good topic for a show like aquaponics, and have somebody on to discuss, you know, all the intricacies of it, and so that the audience can benefit also. Because there's a lot of people in my situation that may have you have an apartment like right now, you know what I mean, that where you might not have land to work with. So that might be one example of something we could work on.
Yeah, another thing that I'm very, very interested in, well, actually two things, is I thought about making a show called Cooking for Toothless Grannies, because when I was losing my teeth, I had no way to get new ones because the medical system is really messed up as far as helping people get their teeth out and be able to eat again. And the other thing I am interested in right now is I'm seeing so many senior citizens, especially older women, that are giving up their homes and camping, and whether I actually kind of admire them and their courage in doing that rather than giving up. So one of the things I really want to investigate is camping, living in your car, long-term camping, and relocating and getting yourself set up, because after I moved from my 4-bedroom house with the laws and things that as they are, I really truly understand how we have so many homeless. And that's something that's really a big interest to me that I would like to bring forward to most people, because I came from a family that, was never lacking. And so that was an extreme experience for me. And I know that's where a lot of people have ended up in living in their cars, is because of laws that need to be changed.
True. So we could look at that from a lot of different perspectives, including legislature. How many people in their communities are looking at school boards or city councils to join to affect laws such as that, or and have somebody talk about that too. But the basic problem brings up a lot of emotion in me in terms of being passionate about that. And I mean, in home care in Philadelphia, driving around, I get to see a lot of homeless people in a lot of bad neighborhoods. I'm not putting Philadelphia down. It's a great place to be, but there are places where you would not want to take a lovely stroll in the daytime. You want to be in your car with your windows up and your doors locked, really. So it's such a need, and there are so many empty buildings all around. Why can't we get this together, right?
Right.
It's just wrong. What we see when we see injustice, we want to create some justice. So if we can affect that in any minor way, or create something around that will help it, especially if we have some changes in the economy and housing, then we can keep people up to date, and we can move forward with that as well.
Yeah, I think that would be great, because for the last few years, we've heard everything bad's going to happen. Everything bad's going to happen. Well, we've been waiting, what is it now? 4, 5, 6 years for all this bad to happen and the good to come. And we're still waiting. And that does not help anyone or anything. And so I'm just ready to move past it. I'm ready to go past the red pill, blue pill. I'm ready to go past anything and everything that is basically, to me, trapping me in a matrix.
Right. And that feeds the beast or feeds the system. But you're right. I mean, it depends on, I hate the term. Okay, let's choose another word. When becoming aware of the world and your surroundings and becoming mindful, okay, which are very powerful terms, as opposed to woke, okay? That's what I'm trying to do. But the more aware and mindful we can become of what's going on, the better. However, there's been a lot of infiltration in the alternative media, as well as the mainstream, obviously, is lies. So it's almost, we're at a point, we're sick of waiting. Nobody's giving us a direction. Just wait. We'll fix it. There's a savior coming, or Trump will fix it if he gets back in office, or the aliens will come and fix it for us. And no, that's probably not happening, guys. And we have to fix this for ourselves now. you know? And how do we bridge that gap? How do we help people bridge that gap of seeing the problem, seeing the homelessness, but what to do about it? That's a big jump, right?
Yeah.
For most people and who are in their daily lives trying to survive. So if we can break it down into, reasonable steps, or we can provide resources, or you can look here, you can check here, then let's do that,
Yeah, it would be great to give people steps of solution, because with solution, you lose the depression and the hopelessness or the fear. And those are things that we need to be rid of and not intensified by doubt and things moving. I understand that psychic people hear a lot of things. I'm a little bit psychic myself. I think we all are, but you have to move past that running your life, because as we all know, things change. And what might be planned right now, something happens and that plan is changed. So our plan needs to be to move forward as individuals and help the whole.
Right. And right now, it feels that we have an opportunity right now to make some really effective changes, because there is so much change going on. So even though it might seem like chaos, it is the best time to make changes that we want to see. We all have the sense that something's coming, or we have a lot of us in this community. First of all, we need people we can talk to. We need like-minded people, and that this can create a forum for like-minded people in the chat to talk, and we can expand that further if we need to. But just being able to talk out some of what you're seeing and thinking and feeling and getting some clarity on the situation is nice. And we can invite people to help do that are people of integrity, that don't have us, aren't leading us down the wrong path, for example. Now, that's not 100% guarantee, of course. I mean, everybody has to use their own discernment and their own research, right?
Yeah.
But we can facilitate, we could facilitate that. And then we can get more clarity of what needs to be done going forward.
Yeah, because I would really like to be able to talk to normal, I guess everybody's normal, but regular, everyday people. I want to hear their stories. I want to know what they've done and what they need and what they want and where they've been. Not that I want to have a crying session every day we get on about all the things that need to be changed, or the trauma that we've went through in our lives, but the transmuting of that trauma into something that is wonderful and beautiful, even when we're hurting or we have been hurt. Right. That's what I'm interested in, is the people.
And we have friends that we know of that have examples of success. And there's so many people out there who do. And we have to celebrate the success, not listen to the negativity that's so prevalent out there. We need to share our success stories. Maybe somebody has made a garden in their house and incorporated it, and now they're saving, $50 a month, $100 a month on fruit or something like that. That would be a great person to talk to and interview, so that other people can share in that and think, if she can do it, I can do it, right?
Right. And I think that would be a wonderful, wonderful thing to be doing. And I know that you on the Dot Connector and me on Well and Lively with Lany Ray, and even if there's another person that comes in with us, as a group, I think we're going to be a really, really awesome team of people that are going to help with that, with the community building and the things that are coming in the future, to help make the future rather than let the future make us.
Exactly. And one thing which I think is critical is to have feedback from the audience in terms of maybe a poll or a group chat or something like this, where we can kind of do what would be called the needs assessment of things that mean most to people. So somebody might say, okay, gardening, indoor gardening, outdoor gardening. What's all about gardening? Okay. Some people might like to understand what is quantum and how does that affect my spirituality and how I might be able to protect myself and shield myself spiritually and connect more effectively with source or something like that. I mean, there are so many avenues to go down that would help strengthen us, that the sky is the limit. You know, it is what we create, and if we can include the audience in that and build something, I am so looking forward to that.
I am too, and I'm looking forward to doing that with you and as a team, and with all the people that we end up learning and knowing about as we go through this. It is going to be such an awesome experience, meeting and knowing people of like mind, building communities for our future.
Most definitely. So let's move forward.
Let's move forward, and we'll see you guys next time.
Okay. Good night.
Night.